Hey everyone, I'm Henry. A bit about me. Well, I wasn't born with a silver spoon. I was blessed with something even more valuable. Parents who, despite not having a lot of money, were wizards when it came to financial wisdom. They'd share stories at the dinner table, throw in financial tidbits while we watched movies, and turn budgeting into our family game nights. Those seeds they planted in me became my fascination and later my mantra to success. My journey to millionaire status as a teenager wasn't about chasing dollars, but more about embracing these lessons, adapting them, and being hungry to learn more. Today, I'll be revealing the 7 pivotal lessons that not only did I learn from my parents but also from my own experiences and failures along the way. And trust me, if a kid from a humble background like mine could crack the code, with the right tools, so can you. If you vibe with stories of growth, lessons, and real talk about money, then you're in the right place. Stick around, and let's dive in. Alright, so let's kick things off with what I believe is the cornerstone of wealth: financial education. Now, I didn't wake up one day suddenly knowing all about the stock market, real estate, or compound interest. Heck no, it was a conscious effort. I began by raiding my local library, devouring every financial book that caught my eye. You might have heard of Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad or Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. These were just the tip of the iceberg for me. I didn't stop at books, though. The digital age had me hooked. Online courses, webinars, and seminars became my weekend rituals. What struck me most in this journey was a saying by Benjamin Franklin: "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." And boy, was he right. When I began to truly understand the basics, how to save, where to invest, and the art of passive income, it was like someone handed me the cheat codes to the financial game. But here's the thing, it's one thing to know the rules, and another to play the game. Equipping myself with this knowledge was my starting line, my prep before diving into the vast ocean of financial opportunities. Okay, so hopping on to investing. When I say I started investing at 15, I don't mean I was some teenage stock market genius. No, I was just a curious kid with a few saved up bucks, an internet connection, and a dream. I remember the day I made my first investment. It wasn't much, just a small stake in a company I believed in. I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? But the real magic happened, not because of that initial amount, but because of time. Einstein once called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. He said he who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. And honestly, even though I didn't grasp the full depth of it back then, I got a front row seat to watch my money grow. Now I'm super curious. How many income streams are you rocking right now? Maybe it's just your main job, or perhaps you've got a side hustle or two. Drop a number in the comments. Let's see who's the ultimate juggler here. Now the real tea isn't just in starting early, though that's a huge advantage. I can't stress enough the importance of investing wisely. I made mistakes, of course, but with each slip-up, I took a step back, reassessed, and learned. You see, it's kind of like dating. You don't want to jump into a relationship without knowing the person first, right? Similarly, you shouldn't jump into an investment without doing your homework. On that note, there's this gem of a video by Warren Buffett, where he dives deep into the art of investing wisely. Seriously, that video was a game changer for me. If you're curious, I've linked it down in the description box. Check it out. Alright, let's dive into something I truly swear by: the art of not putting all your financial eggs in one basket. When I started out, I had my primary job. It was steady, comfortable, but it didn't make me feel invincible. But then I stumbled upon this quote by Warren Buffett. He said, "Never depend on a single income. Make investments to create a second source." That was my light bulb moment. So I branched out. I played with stocks, started a tiny online business selling customized teas, which, by the way, became a hit among my circle, and even tried my hand at writing. Some of these hustles were home runs, others, well, not so much. But each stream, successful or not, taught me something new and added to my financial cushion. Recent stats show that most millionaires have, on average, 7 streams of income. Save in. Now, I'm not saying you need 7 to hit the jackpot, but the more diverse your income, the better you weather financial storms. Alright, let's chat about something that's not directly about money but plays a massive role in how you earn it, grow it, and understand it: networking. You know, it wasn't until I stepped into the real world that I truly understood the weight behind the saying, "Your network is your net worth." My first mentor, a brilliant entrepreneur I met at a seminar, changed the trajectory of my journey. He didn't hand me opportunities, but he taught me to see them. Our coffee chats, where we discussed market trends, business strategies, and even our shared love for vintage sneakers, were gold. And then there were my peers, known go-getters who, like me, were trying to carve their own paths. We'd share resources, challenge each other, and celebrate wins, big and small. Did you know that according to a recent study, people with a strong network are 5 times more likely to be successful? It's because they're constantly learning, adapting, and growing thanks to the shared knowledge within their circle. But here's the key. It's about genuine connections. It's not just about what you can get, but also about what you can give. Now, we're about to touch on something many shy away from: failure. If you asked the younger me about his biggest fears, failing would have topped that list. But as I've waded through this financial journey, my perception did a complete 180. I genuinely believe now, failure isn't the nemesis of success, it's its most honest companion. Early in my journey, I jumped headfirst into a seemingly promising venture without proper research. You can guess what happened next. I lost a good chunk of my savings, but here's the twist. That financial bruise, it became my best teacher. It was a crash course in the importance of due diligence. Remember the famous saying by Thomas Edison when he was trying to invent the light bulb? He said, "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." And that's the spirit. Every hiccup, every setback is just a stepping stone towards the right direction. If you embrace failure not as a dead end but as a detour towards a better route, you're setting yourself up for true, enduring success. Don't fear mistakes, dissect them, understand them, and then rise above them. Remember, it's the setbacks that set the stage for the greatest comebacks. Alright, let's get into one of the unsung heroes of financial success: living below your means. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Henry, with all that money, why wouldn't you be living it up? Well, trust me, there's a method to the madness. Here's the thing. Just because you can buy something doesn't mean you should. In the beginning, when I started seeing some serious digits in my bank account, the world seemed like my oyster. The latest tech gadgets, those swanky designer sneakers I've been eyeing, ritzy dinners, they'd all beckoned. But a voice inside me, probably the echo of my parents' lifelong lessons, reminded me that splurging wasn't the way. Instead of upgrading my lifestyle every time I got a raise or bonus, I chose to keep my expenses consistent and bumped up my savings and investments. This isn't to say I didn't treat myself, but I always made sure it was within a budget. Studies have shown that one of the common traits among self-made millionaires globally is their ability to delay gratification. It's not the bigger picture, the long-term vision. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much you earn, but how much you retain and grow. This last lesson is one that's super close to my heart. We live in a world that's evolving faster than ever. New technologies, market shifts, global events, everything impacts the world of business and finance. And if there's one mantra that's kept me afloat amidst all this change, it's this: never stop learning. I'll be real with you. Early on, I had moments of cockiness. Moments when I felt like I'd cracked the code and knew all there was to know. But life, being the cheeky teacher that it is, was quick to humble me. I learned the hard way that resting on your laurels is the quickest way to fall behind. Albert Einstein once said, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." Sounds a bit dramatic, right? But in the context of personal growth and financial success, it's spot on. Because stagnation, especially in the dynamic realm of finance, is like quicksand. Over the years, I've made it a ritual to dedicate time to learning. Whether it's reading books, watching YouTube videos, attending seminars, or just listening to podcasts while doing my morning jog, every bit adds up. And trust me, the more you know, the better decisions you make, and the more adaptable you become to the shifting tides. Just a quick note, I also dove deep into the world of frugality. If you're keen to explore that aspect, I've got some videos linked in the description box. Definitely worth a watch. Now before you go, I want to hear from you. Which of these lessons resonated the most with you? And if you have your own tips, let's get a conversation going in the comments below. And hey, if you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content just like this. See you in the next video, future millionaire.